liked this team last year. I was hot for it from the start. They got hot. They had that big comeback win at home against the Lakers where they were just hopelessly down and roared all the way back and won the game. Then they run into Golden State. No, I'm sorry, Minnesota. It was the Minnesota series.
Yeah.
And they win a home game against Minnesota, and I loved Jaw at that point, and he was jawing after the game when he did the stand-up TV interview on the court, going after everybody who doubted us and this and that and just spitting fire about how dare you people out there doubt this team. And I'm like, you've done nothing at that
Absolutely,
point.
yes.
And they barely survived the Timberwolves.
Yes.
To get to Golden State. And they hung in against Golden State because they did a good job against them in the play-in, remember, the year before.
Year before,
yeah. But, man, the success that Ja has had has gone to his head.
It has.
And it's hard to watch now because he was such a delight when he came out of nowhere to do what he did. You loved him coming out of the draft, and you were correct about, you know, if Zion can just stay healthy and svelte, if I dare say svelte, he's still a force, and I still think he has a chance to be an all-time great player, but I'm not convinced how long he can stay healthy. Well, the irony of this statement is I'm also not convinced how long he can stay healthy.
Right.
Because every year on schedule, he'll go through a patch where he's got a bum knee because he flies high.
Right.
He comes down hard. Allen Iverson did too, and it was hard on Allen Iverson's body because he wore down pretty quickly. Well, same for Ja. So you got to be careful because, to your point, you have nothing on your resume whatsoever.
Yeah.
You got some individual accolades, but nothing team-wise.
No.
And then I don't know if he's just showing off in the interview. I don't know, but Malika asked him, who do you look at around the league as you're studying and say, we're going to have to run through them? And obviously she's thinking Denver, New Orleans, or whoever.
Golden State, the
Clippers. You can go on and on. And he immediately says, the Celtics. No one in the West, says Malika. Nah, I'm fine in the West. You're fine in the West? Okay, so here's the irony of that statement, the operative word being studying. The Boston Celtics, I don't know if anybody's noticed, have just dropped five of their last six. They just dropped 3 straight games at home, 2 to Orlando and 1 to Indiana last night. And the Indiana game, which I watched, I didn't watch it, I had it on, but I didn't watch it carefully, but I kept looking at the score. Indiana just jumped all over them from the start, and it was never really close. I mean,
I think they got it down late in the ball game.
Late they did.
And then Pritchard missed the layup. They could have, I think, to like 4 or 5, Skip.
Yeah, and I think Jason Tatum got a bad call that he deserved an and one on a shot. But anyway, the point is, they lost to the Pacers, who are now 16-16, and Boston's fallen to 22-10. And for a while, it looked like they were just running away as the best team.
Yes.
And now I look at what happened, and Jason Tatum had a big game. He had 41, but they got woefully outshot from the three-point line. He went 4 for 11. Nobody else contributed much of anything. Jaylen Brown did not have a good game. And all of a sudden, they're not playing defense the way they did under the previous head coach.
Right.
So that's what I thought was going to hurt them was, will you have the commitment? Will you have the fear factor of playing hard on defense instilled by your new head coach?